Not much. Just became a father last Thursday, so that was interesting.
Felicitaciones. That's what's up.
Yeah, you can probably see like bag of baby stuff behind me somewhere. So good fun.
That's cool. That's I'm envious. I look forward to that day.
Yeah, it's a great day, and then a horrible week of just not sleeping, and then great mornings once you do get some sleep.
Yeah, like when I have my daughter, not necessarily my son, but when I have my daughter, people are going to hate her like from the age of like 5 moving forward because she's going to be so spoiled. She's going to know she's a princess. Like man, she's going to have haters. So I look forward to it, man. My sons, I don't really care about. My daughter, yeah, that's daddy's little princess, you know.
Uh, that's a brave proclamation to make for the future.
Or hurry up and get some sons in, have some boys, so that they can protect their little
Yeah,
sister
I already
or
got that
daughters.
that subtle message from dad. It's like, yeah, so when's the boy coming? It's like,
Continue that bloodline. Ugh. Okay, that's what's
well,
up.
name one
I'm
at
happy.
least.
I'm happy for you. That's what's up. So
Yeah,
like, I don't really know Git. Like, I rely heavily on the GitHub extension and Team Foundation server. So like the pull requests that I have received, I just
yeah.
blindly accept because I trust you guys. But now I'm at the point where things are getting really serious, and I can't afford to uh, take 2 or 3 days to troubleshoot what I did wrong or what wasn't what issue that it may have. Meaning that I can't afford to blindly accept pull requests anymore. And so my question, if you're more familiar with it, because I'm not, is what's the easiest way of testing a pull request before accepting it?
So you can check out the pull request. By that I mean like using git checkout.
Can we do that without using the command line? Is that just within Visual Studio or
I you remember I'm on a Mac.
okay? So with what's the thing called Ionite or Visual Studio Code? Can we just do that?
Maybe. I don't know. I really haven't played too much around with the source control extension in it.
Well, how do you test pull requests?
I use the command line.
All right. Yeah, how painful is the command line?
um,
It sounds like
well,
it.
I would have to look up the commands on Windows because I use aliases for everything. So
Uh, do you still want to do this?
it's not too hard to work out. Fortunately, like I actually have a shell that works, so I can like um
did
test
you pull?
things.
Did you pull latest? Like, did you actually launch the
But
application?
you um it's F sharp. If it compiles, it runs, right?
It will run, yes, because there's
I don't have a
dependency.
database, so I haven't been able to spin up the backend for like forever because I can't get MS SQL Docker images to run on the Mac Docker because it still uses a virtual machine. So I have to set up like VirtualBox and get Ubuntu going at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was hoping that you would be able to we'd be able to kind of do this together, so that if we do find things, we can go through
Okay. All right. I'm okay with that. I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know.
it.
I don't know how to actually test a pull request before accepting it.
Yeah. All right. So let's do you have Git installed as a command line tool though?
Yeah, I'm almost positive I do. Don't you have to have it installed regardless if you're
No,
going to
you don't.
the UI
You,
tool?
no, I think it's like libuv or something. Whatever. Or no, is that like a socket protocol thing? Anyway, like you just need to Git like DLL to be able to integrate with Git.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Mm.
recursion.
Yeah, you're going in the warp drive. Oh, all right. So, what do I use? Just a command prompt, or is there a special terminal that
Yeah,
I'm
command
supposed to
prompt
use?
probably works, provided like the environment variables are set up. So just try git and see what happens. So git enter. Okay,
Uh,
cool. So we've got git.
okay.
All right, so now we can do. You'll probably need to add me as an upstream. So type git remote add. So git space remote space add,
Okay.
and then upstream.
Upstream. Hold up. Like type that in. I'm not a command line user. Like
Oh,
literally
sorry.
type in.
Yeah. Maybe not upstream. So just type in Mitch. So this is the name Mitch, not itch.
All right.
Yeah, so that's the name of the source repository that we want to add. So we're adding. So what we're doing here is git remotes. We're adding a remote git repository. So that's the add, and then we're giving it a name. So now we just need to give it the address.
Okay. And the address I pull from. It should be
So
like GitHub/Nikeza, right?
well, it's under my profile. So if you go to the pull request,
Where's that at?
it's
Oh,
the third tab.
I think that says pull request. Okay.
Yeah, update to giraffe beta. Yeah, so he changed it. I think it's a he who develops it. So I should really check that.
Yeah, his name
Um,
is Dustin, I think.
yeah, that possibly. um, yeah, so you see how you got the up the top where it says opened by Murakami wants to merge one commit into your master from my repository and then the branch name
Oh,
at the top.
I don't see open by. I
It says
see
open. The big
wants to
green
merge.
thing that says open. Yeah,
Oh,
open.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you should be able to click on the branch name on is the second blue text at the end.
So copy this.
You can't click on that.
No, no.
Um. Yeah. So copy that.
Okay.
Actually, just copy the Murakami and then go into the URL and replace Bismongo with Murakami.
There's no UI way of doing this.
Probably, but I don't know what it is.
What's this? Hold on. If I drop this down, create a merge commit, there should be an option for
Yeah,
test merge versus just merge
no,
it.
no, it can merge. The merge is fine. That's just a source file merge. Like Git isn't doing any kind of like unit testing or anything. Actually, hold on. I'll do it the easy way. I'll just go to my repository and just like send it to you.
No, I mean I copied it. It's on my clipboard. So what? You want me to go back to the command line? I thought I had to put in the URL of github.com/bismonger/Nikeza, and then
You need to put in the Git URL, not the web URL.
oh, what's the Git URL of this? Oh, come here.
So if you go to like code, you can see it.
Go to code or go to the settings thing or branches.
Branches might actually yeah, try looking at branches.
I've done this before. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I probably have as well. I can't remember it either.
I think developers are underpaid, man. There's so much crap we have to know. I feel like a doctor that's underpaid. All right. Integration.
I don't know. Many doctors are underpaid. At least.
They spend all their money on insurance.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose you don't really start making money as a doctor until you reach some type of until you become some kind of specialist.
All right, this shouldn't be rocket science. Where else can
I just
I?
set you on Twitter, DM the address.
No, I want to learn. I want to learn this the painful way.
Okay, so yes, in the URL bar,
in the URL
This,
bar.
yeah, replace Bismonga with my GitHub name. So if you just select Bismonga and there's MARUKAMI.
Are
Yeah, yeah. So
you?
that autofill, just let that complete, but replace the Stack Overflow dash flow dash docs with the oh crap, what's his name? Yeah, update dash giraffe. No, you want the tree. Sorry, slash tree, because the tree is the name of the branch. So it's part of a tree, and that's the branch name. Do you get it? Because it's slash tree, which identifies the tree, and then it's slash branch. This is the branch of the tree. No, no.
I don't know what. Oh, you talking about what's on my clipboard? This.
Yeah, but take out the Murakami colon. Yeah, that's just like a short way of representing what we've typed in the URL. So this is my repository and the branch that we are wanting to merge.
You see this number? 896.
Yeah, I know, I see it. And it's mostly you just messing around with Helm.
Oh,
I've looked at your commits.
actually, it's a combination of Elm and the F sharp part. This morning, I've been
Yeah.
doing the server. Okay, so
Right, so you see where it says on the right hand side underneath contributors where it has the clone and download?
yeah.
Yeah, so if you select that, yeah. So that will give you the HTTP address and the SSH address. Now I'm going to assume you don't have a Git SSH set up.
Secure shell.
Yeah, if you want to try that,
Or
I
what is
forgot they
all
had
this
that option.
stuff? I don't know what this is. Why is it doing 2015? Let me
Do you have
go.
2015 installed? Because 2015 is probably just like number one on the list.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure I do. It's just why didn't it go to 2017?
Yeah. See, like, I'm almost of the opinion that you need to have like Docker containers just for Visual Studio, just so you can like containerize it because Visual Studio has this horrible effect on Windows machines of just infecting everything. So you need to upgrade or remove it or like just start from fresh for whatever reason. It's an
Almost,
absolute nightmare. Like
almost
you must,
deleted,
it's
almost deleted the
yeah.
Docker folder because I'm like,
That's
well,
probably not too bad of a thing. I think we kind of went a bit crazy with the Docker.
because I'm like, well, why is this in here? It's not being used by anyone. Let me just get rid of it. But then I was like, maybe I'll upset some people if I get rid of it, even though they're not active on it. All right, so
You pulled it
what is
off
all
Lambda
this?
Cartel.
Oh yeah, because Lambda Cartel doesn't work on it. I work on it. All right, so
Oh, what am I chopped over?
what's up? Lambda Cartel has been disbanded. It's no longer. Um, if you want to resurrect it, then I guess it'll be just you. But it's Lambda Cartel is no more.
I thought you didn't
What's the
get alpha
definition?
projects.
What's the definition of being alive? Is actively doing something. Lambda Cartel is dead. So, all right. So something just happened. Something just refreshed. Why do I have a progress bar up here? Oh, I don't know what that is. All right. So where is this? I could have sworn I pulled this down. What's this? No, is this mine or yours? Oh, it says open or pending changes. So that's mine.
Yeah. Oh, you won't be able to check out checkouts when you change the branch from master to something else. My changes while you have pending changes, you'll have to either commit them.
I have to commit my changes.
Yeah, you'll have to commit your changes, or you can do what's called a stash.
So here's, why isn't it opening up your, hold up. So it says I want to clone. Clone. No, what's the, why am
I
I,
don't know. Close VS 2015 because it's clearly just getting in our way.
all right, let's start over. All right, so clone, open in.
So you see how you got that URL and there, the HTTPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, copy that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now go back to the terminal.
Okay.
Now paste it into the terminal. Yeah, now just press enter.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's? I'm using Mitch. Or is it your?
No, that's just the name that you're giving to the thing. Let me look up the docs and make sure I got this right. HTTPS. Get remote add.
I mean, I should be able to pull this down and kind of be disconnected.
You could. Everything should be in the Git, so you should be able to just download it as a zip and then just open it up, and that way you don't have to worry about what your current changes are. You can just kind of play with it in isolation. Not the most Git way of doing things, but yeah, works. If you want a nice UI way to do things, did I ever make you install source tree?
Oh, you're asking me a question?
Yeah.
What do you ask me? You said something source tree.
Did I ever get you to install source tree?
No, isn't that
So
that's the UI. That's Atlassian or whatever that thing is called, right?
yeah, it's by Atlassian.
I hate those tools. I hate those tools. I don't understand it. The UI is not intuitive to me. I'm not a good developer.
Well, I thought you were about learning things.
I'm tired of learning. I want to start doing. All right. So this looks familiar.
The Idris book.
I haven't got past chapter 1 because I've been so busy trying to get this thing finished. Yeah, honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna have time to read that book at all. So I don't know.
It's both a good and a bad thing, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to create things. I've been consuming a lot. Now it's time for me to start creating. All right, so now we have client, server, and we want to test the server. And yeah, this looks familiar to me. Yeah, come here. Don't open in 2015. All right, there we go. 2017.
At least you know that part works.
I don't know. Is it safe to open this? I hope so.
I didn't change that much.
Yeah, you did. You went into the routes.fs and you started changing all the signatures.
Yeah, because the signatures changed between the alpha and the beta.
Hold up. I was working with alpha?
Yes.
Why did you people standardize on that alpha?
Because Odie didn't want to use Suave. He wanted to try Giraffe because it's built on top of ASP.NET.
And where is Odie at today?
Maybe if you invite him to come back, he might have some feedback for you.
Oh,
no, the problem the biggest problem we have to Lambda Cartel is that we were too excited by the code and didn't focus enough on communication. So if you're going to resurrect it, you really need to kind of focus on that communication part.
I'm not resurrecting it. You guys can figure it out. I've tried.
You didn't try to resurrect it. You're the one who dismantled it.
I did dismantle it. Man, if you really want to have this
You took the
conversation,
ball, I know.
if you because you people, for the most part, with the exception of you dropping in occasionally, stopped. Okay, there's the definition of stopped is you stopped writing code. Okay, you stopped contributing. So
It's
like,
yeah,
if
but
it's it's not
yeah,
fair
and
to say
the
that Lambda
biggest the
Cartel is building
biggest
it and they're not.
the biggest challenge that I found was the fact that like even when we started, we had a really vague direction, and it's really hard to kind of focus on something when you don't really know where you're trying to get to.
You guys can't read my mind.
Well, we were doing like the live stream podcast thing. Like, there's a lot of comments about like between you and Pablo about trying to read your mind.
So I mean, I hear what you're
It's fine.
saying.
Let's okay. This
No,
is
no,
loaded.
no,
So
no. I want to discuss this because
okay.
I provided at a high level the vision, and I think I even drew a picture in Microsoft Paint. And so, like, I understand that things could be even more detailed, like waterfall detailed, but I didn't
No, not
want.
that
I didn't.
level. It was more about kind of really understanding the problem, whereas I don't think we really had a problem to solve. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. It's clear to you, but it's really hard to understand what it is that you see Nikeza as.
Well, have you launched it recently?
No, because I haven't set up like Ubuntu. Yeah,
It
I'll
it
start
looks
downloading
a lot
Ubuntu so I
different.
can like. Yeah,
We'll
I
launch
noticed.
it. We'll launch it after when we demo your changes.
Yeah, if they work. I hope they work. If they don't, I'm gonna open up some issues. Actually,
No.
I'm gonna open up some issues on Giraffe anyway because the documentation omits the type signatures. But if you don't define the routes folder in the same directory as the program folder, wait, no, file. Sorry. Then the type imprinting doesn't work because the files are separated.
I actually identified an issue like 3 days ago, where if you try to if you do a post and within your URL, see, I'm not a web developer, so I don't know this HTTP crap. But anyway, I encoded a URL because I had special characters that I needed to basically send over the wire. Hence the pound
Yep.
sign, as in F sharp or C sharp, and it gets ignored by Giraffe. And so they acknowledge that probably is something that they want to fix. So instead, it doesn't ignore it. It uses the the encode, whatever you call it, the encoded value instead of the actual value. So it uses like a
Right. Yep.
percent whatever character instead of the actual pound sign. All right. So
Yeah,
anyway,
so the URL encoding, so it was doing the encode on the JavaScript side, but the Giraffe, for whatever reason, didn't know it was supposed to do a URL decode.
yeah, that.
Yeah, yeah,
So I have hard
that's
coded.
that's always fun. Like if you go get like Volition Volition's like book on like domain, like type domain. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna look this up while you get things going. Did you do a restore?
Are you looking for something?
No, I'm just like failing to like English here. Domain modeling made functional by Scott Volition.
Oh, that book is out.
Volition. Um,
Because
it's in beta on Pragmatic Programmer.
I was one of the reviewers of it. Huh. Not
Oh, were
that
you?
not that I could contribute that much, but yeah, he's actually on my GitHub. I have the book on my case. Oh, hold up, come here. Where are you at? I got 15.
I sent you the link to the book.
Nikeza got 15 stars. This Janae or Janelle, she added a star to it. So yeah, where is it at in here? I thought I had it. Oh yeah, you see this right here, this bottom part, Scott Blashin, understanding functional program. Yeah.
Maybe don't click on it in the live stream. Like, if people want it, they can go look at this. They can go buy the book.
They can't get to it anyway. It's locked. You see this right here? This locked
Yeah, no,
icon?
I see it, but let's just close it.
You're not about promoting people's stuff. I like Scott.
I'm not about promoting people's stuff which is intentionally marked as private. No.
No one can access it, so that's what I'm saying. Anyway,
like,
you like
a
jump.
bit lawyer of me, but let's. Yeah,
So
cool.
there's 37. I hope you ran the test. I hope you ran the integration test before you
I
submitted.
can't run the integration test. I don't have a database I can run it against.
Oh yeah, I guess that's pretty important. All right, so
this is why I need you still. Well, that implies at some point I won't.
Well, let's run the test. Well, first let's ensure that the file that I downloaded has your changes. So like, you made changes to this routes amongst other files, and yeah, you decided to go against my naming conventions and use the CPX instead of context. We can talk about that later.
It's just what the examples had, and it's pretty much what pretty much anyone does for like a variable of the word context. It's not like it's the function of the context.
Yeah, I'm going to change that back to the actual word, but
can we not change things? Can we just like leave it? Can we respect my autonomy?
Let's run the test to see if this still works. It built.
We added a data source, so something works.
These unit tests take about 15 seconds to run.
What are you using to run the integration tests?
I'm using crap. I'm using FS unit and N unit. Oh, this is fine. This is expected.
Okay.
Because I really didn't finish this one.
One sec.
All right, so those pass, but my OCD wants to see everything green, even if I cheat and I comment out a. Hold up, come here. Where you at? Yeah. Okay, so that's removed. Everything is passing. Everything's green. All right. Now, the next thing that I need to do is I need to launch this server. And then I need to launch the client.
Okay.
You're still here?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Well, congrats. The unit test pass, or the integration test pass.
Yeah, of course I did. So sharp. If it compiles, it runs.
Not true. Not if it's doing IL. So.
Yeah, but that's that. If the type signature doesn't change and you don't like break the IO. Actually, if your type signature doesn't change and your IO breaks somehow, then you need to go buy that Josh Volition's new book because you're not doing it right.
Well, so whenever I do IO, I try to be diligent and always return a some or a none
Yeah. But I
because
really need to look into what you can do in terms of linting in F sharp because I really want to have it so that, and if I'm ever talking to a C sharp library, I want the linter to always assume the C sharp library is doing the wrong thing from an F sharp perspective. And that is that if it returns a reference type, the reference type is always going to be nullable somehow.
crap. This is in isolation mode. I gotta put it in integration mode.
Integration mode.
Yeah, it's actually talk to the server.
I love how that window is just like stuck on that recursive like image as a thumbnail.
All right, so everything's empty. Everything's clear. Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah.
Mitch at abc.com. Hey, hey. Okay. Mitch. What's your last name?
Tilbrook. Tilbrook.
Hi. My name is Mitch. Want to play? Okay, so let's save sources. Oh, what's your? Do you contribute on YouTube? Or not you? Not
Not
YouTube. Stack Overflow.
No, I've never actually used it. I've never found a question that has been unanswered that I have been able to answer,
So you
or
never
had a
answered a
question I
question on
haven't.
there.
No,
You have a. What do you blog on? Is it WordPress or Medium?
Medium. The only article I have is how to like add custom fonts in Xamarin Android.
What's your username on Medium?
Same as Twitter. Sir_Tilbrook. Oh yeah, I need to teach you shortcuts.
Sir_Tilbrook. Okay.
Yep.
Like that?
Yep, should be it.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You only have one link. Okay.
I have a few drafts. I'm just kind of trying to refine them. I got one where I'm trying to explain how to record meetups. And another one trying to talk about how to like manage dependencies in Android.
So let's add one more. So the ad source works. Good job. You didn't break that. Now, you on YouTube or Vimeo when you did your conference talk?
I believe it's what do you call it?
What's the name of your
Give me a
talk?
jig. It's F sharp without Windows.
You not want to couple Windows with F sharp. Hey, there you go.
Hey, we made 5 years. Yay! Oh, and people apparently like it. I'm really glad people like it. It's
Well, let me be the first one to downvote it. Did I like it already? Oh, I did like it. Okay. So I was one of the
thanks.
people that liked it. You'd be upset if I just downvoted it in front of you.
What have you been looking at on YouTube? What is this future funk video over here? Actually, that looks pretty standard, typical anime.
Oh, I listen to music videos when I write code sometimes. Well, not when I write code, but to get
Mm.
motivated to write code. Sometimes I'm not feeling it, but I need to make my daily quota.
Oh,
And
you
so
should go upvote, fake it till you make it.
where you say that at?
It's bottom right hand corner of your screen.
Yo, you got okay, so let me just go back.
That's fine.
So you got this right here. What is the name of that talk? It's called
With
F
sharp
Sharp
without
without
windows.
Windows.
That without could probably be lowercase, but whatever. Oh yeah, I got a first international speaking gig in February next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congrats.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Speaking in Tokyo about Kotlin bytecode.
Is there any other topics on here? Do you talk about Docker?
Not really.
It's just F Sharp.
Let's show up an Android. Have I finished editing my Android talk? Probably not. I'm very lazy about editing my own videos. I tend to like just try to edit other people's because I don't know they're my videos. I'm like, yeah, I get to it eventually.
I should probably update this so that it will read the URL, and if it's a known URL such as YouTube or WordPress, it just automatically selects the content type
Tags.
for you. Instead of you having to specify that it's video or podcast. My OCD is taking over. Hold up.
No, Scott, focus.
Oh man, I can't afford to
Yeah.
forget. It'll be really quick. I promise you.
Oh yeah, there's a really cool program I should like show you while we're being distracted. Uh, Crap, what was it?
Can't spell intelligent.
Oh dear.
Ah, to um.
Ah,
And
Notion. That's the products.
All right, OCD is satisfied. All right, go back.
Hmm? No, sorry. I was
So,
like looking up something.
so we add the link. You sent me something on Twitter. Yeah, I maybe when you add the link, maybe you should go back to the portfolio. It should automatically navigate back to here to show that this was actually. Oh,
See, this is where something like Sketch and Zeppelin would come in handy because we can actually kind of work out a design.
why did it go to article? Oh, God damn it, Scott.
Oh wait, no, you can't use Sketch because you're in Windows.
No.
Ah,
This
you
is
can use
right.
Zeppelin.
Yeah, this is right. Yeah. All right. So, but it shouldn't be truncating this. What all right, whatever. I'll figure it out. Why are the topics showing up down here? That's the question. But I can fix that because I'm Scott Dog.
Oh right, yeah. So you've got the blog appearing in video as well.
Yeah. For some reason, the topic is showing up in here, which isn't right. But whatever, I can fix that later. All right. So, and then these filters should work. Good job. You're so awesome, Scott. Um, so
When you turned off Android, did you get rid of the videos as well?
hold up, what?
Untick Android again for a second.
Uncheck Android.
Yeah, get rid of F Sharp about Windows. Or did you tag that with Android as well?
The F sharp without Windows, you said was F sharp in Android.
No, that's just F sharp. You asked me what other videos have I
Nope. You
done, and I said
said
Android.
F sharp and Android. That's when I added the topics to it.
Uh,
Oh. All right, whatever. So
so this is where something like bubbles around the actual title would be better rather than the thing on the left, and then having like a filter icon which you can then filter by the tags.
hold up. Hold up. Repeat that. Have what?
It's a bit hard to explain over audio, but basically I was saying that you could have the tags also sitting next to the title. So I guess for a really bare bones UI that we have here, you could have the title dash and then a list of tags that are associated with it. Because from the title alone, it's not clear that that filtering out Android will filter out the F sharp video.
Okay. Are you gonna add that for me?
Are you going to simplify the Elm?
I don't. I'm learning Elm. I can't simplify it. Oh man.
Have you read Elm in action yet?
No. Is it out?
I think most of it is. Oh, my microphone.
No. I don't think it was out. I said I don't think it was out.
Yeah, no, I heard you. That's the statement, not a question. It's 6 or 10 chapters.
I can write a book about Elm. You know what the title would be? How not to implement Elm.
Actually, might be an interesting like kind of theme of title is like how not to Elm.
Elm, or cold smells and Elm. I can write a book on that.
No. You could call it Elm Down.
Elm down. Was that
Yeah,
from the
it's,
Elm up?
it's the opposite of Elm Up.
Crickets. Oh yeah, okay. Let me hurry up and write this. So
I actually recorded cicadas earlier today. They were just like loud as hell. So I went out into the balcony with like a big studio microphone and just turned it on for like 10 minutes.
you recorded crickets?
No, cicadas, they're like these great big bug things that come out every few years.
I think we have those. Every like 17 years they swarm, at least in Cleveland. They pretty much engulf the entire city and they're just everywhere.
They're locusts.
They're all over the houses. They're just everywhere. So
yeah, we've got something that's a bit less destructive called like Christmas beetles, and they just like turn up right around December, and they just like just mass graves just appear on your like balcony in the morning. You're like, where did all these dead bugs come from?
Yeah, in Tampa, Florida, we have these things called love bugs, and they pretty much just have sex while flying, and they're stuck together, and they land on the windshield, they land in your face. It's pretty disgusting.
All right, we're going completely off topic. Oh, okay, you're adding that thing there. I need to finish reading Elm in Action. I think I read chapter 1. Oh dear. Alright. I ordered like a great big desk yesterday, and it was meant to come today, but it didn't.
Man up. Okay, I'm almost done.
Right. Let's see, how big is it? Yeah, it's like a 6. It's a 6 foot wide, 6 foot like it's like it's like a corner desk where from the corner it's 6 feet along the each kind of angle coming away from the corner.
Why don't you just get a stand-up desk?
No, I've got the little table that you put on top that you can raise and lower as a stand-up desk.
Yo, you just noticed something?
Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Now, this got cleaned up. Before, remember in the videos part, it added the topics as a link, but now it just has F sharp without windows. Earlier,
It
it had
did
F
it the
sharp without
first
windows.
time you loaded the page. Try refreshing and see what happens. Like refresh the whole page.
No, if I refresh it, then it's going to crash.
How did you make an Elm program crash?
Well, it's not crash, but it's going to be blank. So I could do it like that. So, all right, that works out. Um,
Refresh the page
I
because
just
it's clear
did.
your
I just went from
initials.
recent to
No,
Jackson
no,
portfolio.
that's not refreshing the page. That's pushing an event.
Dude, I don't. If I refresh it, it's going to go empty. Okay, just trust me. I didn't. That part's not done yet.
You haven't done the deep linking?
No, I haven't. If that's what it's called, no, I haven't done the deep linking.
Mm.
Dude, it's just me. I have. Do you see my list? I have a lot of stuff in here, man. So just submit a user voice request. Is that what it's called? User voice?
Can I submit like a new client where we try to keep things simple?
Yeah. Then you can implement it. All right. Anyway, so the point of this is to test your pull requests. So we're able to add a data source. Hence, when we went over here, your data source is in here in which you only have one link. Then we were able
Oh wait, you can't see
to
my hand.
pull in the links from your data source as well as when you added a custom link that's pointing to your YouTube video. Okay.
Yep.
Now, subscriptions. Well, you're the only person on the platform, so we can't test that because you can't subscribe to anybody. Same thing with followers. Same thing with members. All right. So now let's go back to Nikeza, refresh the Nikeza page, and hopefully your profile should show up. Your profile's not showing up.
Do you need to
What?
sign in?
No, you should just show up. And that's weird because I tested this. You familiar with Elm's debugging tools?
No. I
Neither
really
was
haven't started on the Elm stuff.
Give me a second. So, what am I looking for? I want to look for the providers are listed as 0. So that's why you're not showing up. But surely you have to be in the database. So this bootstrap only occurs one time. So I'm willing to bet that if I kill the server and then restart it, then more likely you'll show up, which means that there's a bug in here if you do show up. Because when you refresh, it should just get providers.
I think I need to get a lamp. I'm going to do like nighttime recordings because every time you have like a dark screen, my face just goes black.
Man up. Why gotta be black?
Gotta be black. Like living in like the white person's Asia, Australia.
Oh, I'm sensitive.
Oh, Elm up.
Oh, there you go. Hey. So
Yay!
that's a bug I have to fix. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll make this really fast.
That's all right. But you could switch to what is it called? Elmish and F sharp, and then submit a talk to NDC, talking about the safe stack. Oh wait, no, you'd have to switch them for giraffe. What would that make it?
Hold up for 1 second. I think this is a good video. Thumbnail doesn't.
I don't know. We've gotten distracted way too much for this to be any interesting to anyone.
That's
Apart from
because we're
people who
cool.
love listening to us rant.
We're cool. And this demos that I can actually get along with developers that are actually good, and that it's not.
I don't know. I
just
think
me.
it demonstrates that you get distracted easily, and so do I.
Distracted easily or focused. You see what I'm doing? I keep creating these issues. After creating.
I think I drive all my coworkers mad because I always forget to use the labels, and he's always adding them and then sending me messages going, "You forgot to add a label again." And I'm like, "Oh, did I?" Sorry.
Who? Oh, you talking about when you create a branch?
No, when I use the labels that you just use to like the bug
Oh,
there.
you come on here. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I really don't understand like why we do it because half the time we always just use bug, chore, enhancement. It's like I don't. Maybe someone can explain to me like the analytics that we could run on that to get an idea. Like maybe the amount of bugs that we have versus what files they're touching will tell us, where the pain is in our code base.
No. Okay, so it got all these topics because these topics are from both your
Medium.
medium.com as well as your YouTube video. So when we click on you, you don't have any subscribers, but if we just click on your thumbnail without even logging in, here is your stuff. Okay.
Yep.
And okay. So now, hi, my name is Mitch. Want to play? I think, well, that's a bug because this is actually stretching out. It surpasses the width of the actual thumbnail itself. So we need to set a size to this label, or should I say a width to this label. Actually, this label should be a text area. Why do
No,
you
it
keep
shouldn't.
giving me all these bugs?
It's static text. It shouldn't be a text area. It should just be a div.
It should be a disabled
Maybe
text
a
area.
span.
It should be a
or a paragraph.
It should be. It should be a multi. Well, yeah, paragraph. Well, I'm not HTML. You are. I don't know these terms. So.
Oh dear.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Scratch my knee.
So. User bio should have fixed with multi-line support. Okay. Assign to myself.
You get with twice.
Thanks.
And in text area.
Finally, it has happened to me. Okay, so let me go back. And all right, so that stuff looks good. So far, your pull request is looking good. We just gotta test the subscription part. All right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So now I put in Scott abc.com.
Does ABC know that you're improperly using their branding?
No, they don't. So I join. The sources and links should be disabled more than likely until you put in a bio.
That's not a gender neutral avatar.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It very clearly looks masculine.
Well, there's women out there that are masculine. So
yeah, I know.
So it's fine.
Okay.
If I put a woman silhouette, there's guys out there that would prefer to be women. So it's okay. That's the logic. Seriously though, you think that would discourage females?
I don't know. It might.
Well, what's a unisex silhouette then?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they exist.
Maybe I'll put a transgender silhouette there. Then everybody be happy. All right, so hello.
I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to let you dig that graveyard.
What graveyard? I actually had a meeting where a coworker, actually one of my mentors at the place that I worked at, he went to Bangkok and got a sex change. And so we had a meeting with HR that had all the developers, and we had to discuss new policies, zero tolerance, etc. It was interesting. It's my first time ever going through that.
I haven't had to go through that, but like we got like kind of like train ticket inspectors in New South Wales, and one of them one day was just this was a transgender, and there's like kids sitting behind us, and these 12-year-olds are so confused.
Yeah.
They're just like, but how? But you wait, you can't be both, can you?
Well,
Oh, these poor 12-year-olds.
I've seen the
This
case.
experience blew their minds.
No. You want to know what blows your mind, or what blows your mind
The
is
no pants day in New York in winter.
no. No, wasn't talking about that. I don't even know about that. No, what blows your mind is when again, someone. Okay,
Anyway,
again. No. This is
let's
important.
finish.
This,
No, we're proving the point from before that we get distracted too often because your computer is clearly too slow for us, and we're like, oh, this is boring. Let's talk about something else.
no, I just added it. Okay, so no, what blows your mind is when you have I'm not going to get in trouble for this because I'm not actually um, disrespecting anybody. But what blows the mind is when a person gets a sex change, a man gets a sex change, becomes a woman, because I don't think a man could get a sex change to become a man. So a man gets a sex change, becomes a woman, and then as a woman, as a woman, she, who used to be he, gets into a relationship with another man that has a sex change that also becomes a woman. And so two transgenders that used to be men or women are now have a relationship. So does that make them lesbians?
I would say it would probably make them straight.
No, they're not straight because they're
Yeah,
both
they are. If you
they're both female.
it,
They're both men that went to be women, and so they're
there's
less.
I was like playing the new South Park game, and it's absolutely hilarious because like they toy with this kind of concept of gender in the most interesting and most hilarious way. So like as your silent protagonist, she goes to see Mr. Garrison, and he goes, "Sorry, do you identify as a boy or a girl? You pick whichever one you want." And then it starts talking about the sexuality, and you don't just pick, heterosexual or like homosexual or whatever. You pick the Latin name for it. So if you're born a male and identify as a male, and you identify you're sexually interested in women, you get labeled as a cisgendered male. And later in the game, there is specific toilets for cisgendered males, and then there's also the regular male and female bathrooms. Yeah, and it's just brilliant. And no matter what you pick, like even if you pick the cisgendered male, which is basically what most people think when they think heterosexual male, which is why I picked, because I was just like, I'll just like play my own gender. You leave the building, and these hillbillies turn up, and like the South Park rednecks turn up, and they're like, oh, look at this cisgendered male, like you're pushing these cisgendered male ideas.
Wow.
It's this absolutely well thought out, wonderful allegory for like sex relations in the world, and like the way in which people think about it, and like the classifications is yeah. Anyway,
Well,
fun times.
I'm going to have to update these YouTube tags to not only be F sharp and L, but also transgender.
Well, yeah, two straight Western people talking about sexual identity. Yeah, they've definitely experienced the full force of this.
Hold up, Australia is not the West though.
Western culture, like if you look at the way our history is taught,
yeah.
if you look at the way our history is taught, it's very Eurocentric. Like we learn very little about like kind of anywhere else in the world for that matter. I was actually really annoyed in high school when they're like, "Oh, yeah, I learned about Australian history," and I'm like, "What Australian history? We turned up, we committed genocide, and then we kind of bummed around for 200 years."
Yeah, almost said something, but I held back. See, I do have a filter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is F sharp, and this is I don't know. I guess I'll say Android and Xamarin Android.
The funny thing I find about like the cross-platform ecosystem is that JetBrains is getting into cross-platform development with Kotlin. So you can actually write a cross-platform app in Kotlin that will run in both Android and iOS.
That sounds cool. I don't like Kotlin based on
You barely use it.
based on what I've seen. This ad link probably should be a different color. Should have a different style. Anyway,
You should have
um,
any style in the page.
so I went ahead and ta-da! Hold on. How come
Oh, that's good.
why don't my videos show up?
You're
Yo, this
you're
video's
possibly
pain.
you're possibly collapsing them. So because you've got so many, well, that doesn't explain it because articles is showing two. Wait, why is it
Yeah,
showing two?
the videos. This video's pain.
How is the videos pane different? Like, didn't you like create a function to like display things and then recycle it, or did you just copy paste code again?
All this stuff can be fixed. I'll just make sure that I just take 5 links, arbitrary if they're not featured, and just brute force the population of this. I have a
I think
feeling.
would be interesting thing to experiment with on this is if we started the Elm again, but we start by building a UI framework. Like just steal some like bootstrap theme and then just start with that.
No, I'm not starting over unless
I
unless I get
then
funded, unless I get paid.
you then we bring in code bit by bit and make sure it's modular. So I'm not saying we rewrite everything. I'm saying what we do is we start from scratch and then migrate the existing code into it in such a way that it's easier to consume.
Well, the server is done, right? So that part could be salvaged. There's still the mobile piece that more likely is going to be the most popular platform for people that would be on here. And
Maybe.
this web application is more likely going to be used by recruiters, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So here we go. We show up on here,
Mm-hmm.
and I bet you when I go to my portfolio now, you see
Portfolio.
this stuff shows up, and there's some issues with this podcast, but whatever.
Yeah, looks like your table is overflowing. Your
And
table TD.
these links are destroying the layout.
Oh, is it them? Okay.
Every single, or shall I say, the topics are destroying the layout, or shall I say, the filter is destroying the layout. It appears that every single topic is added to the filter when the filters should only reflect the tags that are shown. Yeah, so I like your idea of putting a filter in each content pane. That's going to minimize a lot of stuff. So
I was
okay.
thinking of something a bit different, but yeah.
All right. So anyway, you notice the videos is now populated, whereas before it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I want to do is I want to log in. So I say Scott at prep. Scott at abc.com. And I say 1, 2, 3. I just said my password out loud. Well,
Oh yeah.
I
Super
guess
secure password.
hold on, I guess that's not my password. Hold up. Why can't I do this? Let's start over. abc.com. Why does my password work?
Don't know. What's the event say? When things get errors, are you omitting the error?
You mean do I log it and save it to a database or something? No.
Oh,
Who does that?
I do. It's super helpful on Android because like once you compile and release your apps to the store, it's like really hard to get stuff back. Ran into
Your code is broke. Thank you.
not my fault.
Hold up. Well, let's try with logging in as you.
What does it say? Bad status.
All right.
Click on network because then you'll see the actual request. You can see more information about it. Well, you see,
Oh,
you've
you're
made a
logged
racist
in.
program.
No, you're logged in. So that's interesting. All right, so you're logged in. If we go to member, well, yeah, if we go to members, see this handsome guy right here. And so you should be able to, how does this work? Can you click follow right here?
I don't know. You made it.
And that should do it.
Shouldn't it
And,
also say one subscriber now on your profile just there?
and your recent button got updated to, there's 428 links that are new that you can observe. And
Oh
so that,
wow, that sounds horrible. Why doesn't it just give me like a few links and
no,
then
so what needs to be updated is your recent shouldn't take in all the new links because you subscribe to somebody and you haven't viewed
yeah,
all 1,000 of their links. So
yeah, I would say that recent should be either if you follow someone new, it should only give you like a period of time or their latest thing. So either stuff that they've posted within the last within a recent time period with possibly an upper limit, or just give you the last thing they posted if the first two criteria aren't met. Why do you paste it into the comment as well as the title?
how do you spell constrained? Oh, I'm missing the S. What do you ask me? You said, why do I do what?
Why do you copy the title into the body?
Because I don't want to have an empty body.
Oh.
You have an empty body when you do this?
If the title is sufficient, though we probably should add some more criteria to that ticket.
So you have to think forward, right? Like, what if me and my mighty programming skills decides that I want to hit the GitHub API and I want to pull down, all of my issues within a mobile app. So as an admin, I could be like, I don't know, on the mean streets of South Beach, and I want to do some admin functions maintaining this Nikeza. Like, probably a poor example, but anyway, like
No,
you
no,
want.
that's actually something I've started working on. Is like a little app for like reviewing your GitHub. Mostly because at work I'm very slow at noticing when pull requests are being made and people are waiting for me to review code. Like 2 hours go past and I'm like, oh, someone wants my attention. Though I suppose you know that's kind of normal, but I don't know. What if? But it's a little bit annoying in circumstances where I'm. Oh God, what the hell? Um, where I'm trying to work with someone at a higher cadence on GitHub. So I want the ability to have like a communication via GitHub. So when I post stuff or when they post their feedback, I can be notified about it quicker because I'm interested in getting their feedback as soon as possible.
Yep. So
Yeah.
this needs to have a BR element or whatever you call that thing in HTML.
Yeah. Um,
Look at all these bugs. Yeah, good stuff. I'm glad we did
though
this.
I don't know if a CSS grid might make more sense. But I haven't used a grid.
There's a grid in HTML. I thought it was
Yeah,
just
there is now.
oh HTML5.
Well, HTML5 has kind of ceased to be a thing. HTML5 is kind of like this like attempt to have versions in the web that kind of never took off. So the progressive web app is kind of like now the mantra. So it's HTML5 and then PWA because of version numbers.
More likely recent links view.
Hmm. I was actually thinking today it'd be kind of cool to have something similar to what we're trying to do with Nikeza here, but a different kind of audience. I'm just rearranging my desk while I speak. I don't know why I'm doing that. Because I've got that ANZ Coders YouTube channel.
This is the way
Yeah,
it's
cool.
supposed to look.
Yeah.
Smart. God damn it, Scott. So this is kind of like your news feed. Actually, if we go back to what should happen is if we go back to the home page, what's supposed to be here is my latest links in here as kind of a news feed. So within this, you probably can't see my cursor, but all this open
I
space
can.
right here
Yep.
will have like, 0 to probably 5 link items that represent the latest links that I've published. And then you could just click on it. So, but that's not showing up in here, which is weird
Yep.
because it shows up in the isolation mode of Nikeza. Or maybe I should change isolation to disconnected. Maybe that sounds better. Oh, Mitch, you're so smart.
That's more semantic. Yeah.
You're so smart, Mitch. How do I do this?
I believe that won't work because that will just. So you go back.
You mean it won't work?
And that by just changing the configuration there doesn't actually change it everywhere, unless you use the
Yes, it
kind
does.
of.
It's only in that file. No, what just happened? Why aren't you hold up. Integrate, yeah. It's only in that one.
It's not recompiling. There it goes.
It is.
Now it is. Oh man, I had such a hard time getting Elm Live to work inside Docker.
Why? Hold up. What the? Oh, because I'm still in integration. Duh. Okay. So if we go to disconnected,
Oh, I see what you're doing there. Yeah. Wait, you can refer to the type before you define it?
oh, Scott, you're so smart. Yeah, you could do that in Elm. You can't do it in F sharp.
Yeah, I know, because it's a linear compiler.
So what?
Linear compiler.
Using these big words, man. So
Wait,
you see how it's supposed to look? Like my links are supposed to show up like this. You see this?
yeah, but where's that data source coming from? Because you have to update the right part of the domain for that to happen. So what's probably happening is that you're not subscribing to a source in Elm from the server, whereas you are in isolation.
Yeah, that. Now, yeah, so your stuff looks good. Is there anything else that I need to test? Um, let's go back. All these freaking paper cuts, man. Oh, I want to just
Well,
get it.
I wasn't the one who like decided to like pick a language I didn't know and a platform I didn't understand.
Why isn't dude? It's called wanting to grow.
Yeah, I know. I'm just picking on you.
I'm pretty happy with my progress. Why
Yeah.
does my password work, man? Oh, where are you at, SQL Server? Oh, SQL Server, where are you at?
Mm.
Oh, how come it doesn't give me the normal SQL Server look? Come here.
Yeah, I had that problem for years when I was using Windows. Like, you try to search for SQL Studio because you have to type in Management Studio
Yeah,
because because all the other junk, well, it's not junk, but all the other stuff that you don't really use in development seems to be higher on the index list than Management Studio. But Management Studio is the one that you always want.
yeah. Um, I mean, I don't know. It is what
You
it
also need to
is.
update it and activate your Windows. You still haven't done that.
Yo, I have a valid copy of Windows, man. I do. Um, but I need to get a BizSpark account again. So where's my? It should be under profile. Where's the profile table? This right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you just storing the passwords in plain text?
no. No. The password. There's a password hash, and this is something that I think either Adam or Odie introduced this concept to me because I wasn't aware of this. This whole notion of assault, which is used to generate a random number that's used as a key to generate a password hash. That's
Yeah,
not the password that's typed in.
I just have a library that does that. Oh, I'm like, I don't want to have to keep up with this. I have enough things to keep in my head, let alone, security standards. But yeah, it's good to know they exist. That is definitely true. Like, SQL injection is still number one on the OSDI or whatever the hell it's called.
So I'm curious why I must have had my caps on. Maybe well, no, because I mean, I use a number, right? Caps don't matter with the number. So why didn't this just work? Yeah, I would definitely notice if I had my caps on because that thing, why don't you work? Why, did I
Was
just
it?
put in?
Did you just type ABC?
I, uh, I typed in 1, 2, 3, the same thing for yours.
Try
And
ABC.
I just tried that.
Oh,
Let me pull up my.
well, I can't
We
remember
could
what it is.
examine what the error said. Well, hold up. I mean, I know the error is invalid credentials, but like I thought it was Scott.
Just
I mean,
delete
it's
yourself and then. Oh wait, no, that'll be a pain in the ass.
yeah. What?
Actually, no. What you can do is create a new user and then copy their password and hash into the table for your
Oh,
grow.
look, I'm in. I'm in.
What you do?
So I don't
Password.
know. I don't know, but I'm in. So
Does the event history tell you what you're typing because you're in debug mode?
yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, so go into it and see what you did differently.
It's called Explore History to be detailed. But
Yeah,
and
it's time for that.
this is their tool because they don't have a inline debugger, which would be really useful.
What?
So this
That's
online,
what unit tests are for.
um, yeah, unit tests. I have 2 unit tests in here. They probably failed now in Elm because I wasn't able to figure out how to run my unit test after compiling the Elm code. And so, like, if I can't get feedback like that, then what's the point? You know?
All right, so let's follow through with this. And
No,
yeah, I
man. Why
understand
you
what you
always
mean.
want to stay on point? Yeah. So the password says 1, 2, 3.
Why do I want to stay on point? I don't know. Maybe because we'll be here for hours if we don't.
So here's the password that I was using. I mean, it was the same thing I was typing in last time.
Did you put a space in the email address?
Uh, no, not
Oh.
in the one that was accepted. No. All right, so I'm in now. What should happen is this followers. It should say 1 because I thought you subscribed to me, or did I subscribe to you? Like,
No, I followed you.
okay, you follow me. Yeah. So I should the followers should have you on here, which I tested before. And it doesn't make sense why you're not on here. If I go to members, yeah, that's weird.
I'm a
Um,
member but not a follower. Yay! I'm better than those followers.
that's weird. So if I follow you, okay, if I click, uh-oh.
Ooh, hello. Overflow exception. How the hell do you get an overflow exception? What the hell are you doing with that SQL command creation?
No IDK. I mean, I'm not going to troubleshoot this now, but I mean, your stuff appears to work.
Thanks.
I just wanted to make sure that I'm able to view my followers, which that's all I wanted. I tested this yesterday and it was working. You broke it.
No, it's just I didn't touch your Elm code. You broke your own Elm code.
Uh-oh. Oh man. All right, so this keeps coming back again.
Why is it recursively calling itself?
I don't know the code you put in. So get followers, get followers, get followers, get followers. All right, so we can put a breakpoint right here and kill it and run it. And your comment's going to be, well, you could have just did all that in one step. You could just hit this restart. I know. I'm not used to using it.
Well, I don't use Visual Studio anymore.
All right, so we have this routes. Well, we have this bootstrap, fetch bootstrap, and that calls get providers, and that calls the helper. Yeah, I don't know a good name for this. I'll change that later. So that calls in read and provide. No, that calls in get result. Oh, hold on. Where am I at? Come here. Yeah. That calls get results. That calls. All right. So I should be able to do that. Okay, how do I step out of that?
The little blue arrows with the dots just right of the pause.
What happened is I think we're following each other. And I think this is the issue.
Yeah, and your SQL query is recursively searching.
So
and you've got like a chain.
This get followers more than likely probably should return the profile ID and not the entire provider. And then within the client,
what's the SQL that you're running? Because you have to manually execute. You have to manually execute the SQL string, right?
The SQL is this. Hold on.
Yeah, that variable there. So if you go to the,
I mean, I know what the issue is.
Intermediate window.
Does that work in F# with .NET Core?
Oh, who the hell knows?
So, I mean, that's the issue is it's recursively doing it because we're following each other. So I think I'm going to get followers API, whatever you call that thing, the get followers web service. I think I'm going to update it to return the profile IDs of the followers, and then you will have to make another request, passing in the profile ID of the follower to get the actual provider type of that follower. Which, unless you have an alternative,
That doesn't seem right.
well, it seems like a bottleneck in regards to performance, right?
No, like I mean, like that's a lot that a system that I think shouldn't probably know that information knows. So it's recursively calling the function, but I don't really know where you're doing the looping. Like, where are you recursing?
Well, more likely, this get followers
Which one
is
appears multiple times?
this get
The
follower.
get
This is it right here.
the get providers helper, get providers helper, get providers helper. Um, with followers equals provider get followers. Wait, is that link?
What? No, it's not link. Uh, so
P
so
with
so what's happening is this get provider helper, whatever you want to call it, it's getting executed every for it gets executed when you pass in the profile ID that you want to hydrate the provider for.
yeah.
Forgive me if I'm using big words.
Is
And
provider an Elm term for a source of data?
yeah, no, it's not an Elm term. It's the domain term. Um,
Oh right, yeah, as in yeah, provider is in the
content
source of
provider.
content. Yep.
Yeah. So what's happened is you're getting a content provider, and it's filling in, the properties of the content provider, such as, their first name, last name, email address. But then another property of this provider is followers as well as subscribers, but followers. And so it says, give me the followers of this provider, and it says okay. And so when
Was
it's
that sorry?
what's that?
So we've got the initial providers equals read in providers, get the result for the SQL and the command.
So when
And
it
then we pass the initial providers into this map, which is going to get the featured topics, zip with the initial provider.
when it's getting the followers, it's recalling this. It's calling the hydrate. Well, it's not called hydrate, but it's basically calling the same function to initialize those providers. And if those providers have the same followers if those providers are pointing to their original provider as a follower, then they keep calling each other. And so that's what's happening. I know what I'm saying. I just failed to articulate it in simple terms. It's
That's right.
basically
It's a bit hard to kind of follow what we're doing here in the code.
well, it's basically your followers is
I
of
know
my
what you mean.
provider.
Yeah, yeah. So you're getting the follower of 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 the follower.
Yeah. That. And so
Yeah, but like, why would it be like? Where is it actually recursing? Because at some point you'd have to call the function again. But why would you call the function again? Because like getting all your followers should just be like an internal like iteration. Like I don't see why you'd need to like recurse on that.
okay. Let me try to think of it differently. All right. We I can't answer that right now, but I'm ready to move on. So thankfully,
Well,
your pull request still appears to be working, and we can maybe Where's my subscriptions at? Right here. Let's just delete an entry so we can get this thing to run. Why is my trackpad sucks? Yo, come here.
That's why you
Right
gotta
click.
you gotta fork out for the Surface Pro or MacBook. No, not Surface Pro, Surface Book. Sorry.
Yo, I'm on welfare, man. I can't afford that. Oh, why can't this trackpad sucks, man? I should be able to.
Just like follow your cousin and move to Brisbane.
You got jobs out there?
Yeah, heaps.
Why can't I right click on here? Okay,
There's actually a company that hires Haskell developers.
Oh yeah,
there's a few of them actually. Yeah,
that's a smart company. They're but this laptop sucks, man. Like it finally right clicked. So let me delete an entry.
What's his name? I know his first name. I can never remember his last name. Let's see.
Okay, so we deleted that. And we go back here. Oh yeah, we need to restart this. So what were at a high level, what was the difference between beta versus alpha of Giraffe?
Go to GitHub and you can see the delta. So if you go to GitHub pull requests and then look at the pull request, you'll be able to see the delta.
I looked at it. I just saw that you went against my naming conventions.
Yeah, if you change it, I'm going to change back.
All right,
because you never specified that anywhere.
Never specified what? Did I spell out words?
Yeah, generally the naming convention around something which is called a context is if you are getting the property, then it's the full word. If it's a parameter, it's the abbreviation. Like it's F#, like it's a functional language. You have to abbreviate everything, right?
What the freak?
What does the actual error message say? So click on network.
Why are you trying to be engineer, man? Hold up.
Yeah, no. So what I'm saying is click on the network tab in the developer tools.
There's a network tab?
It's right next to debug.
Okay, then what?
So scroll down to the point of where you had the error.
Okay.
Now click on it.
Okay.
That's not the error. That's the one below it. Okay, so we got a 400 bad request. So we called localhost 5. Your battery is running low.
I'm a G. All right, so what is this complaining about? Why does this work sometimes but not all the time?
Well, I don't know.
You broke it.
I didn't break nothing.
Let's log in as you. Actually, let's try this one more time. How am I able to log in sometimes but not all the time?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to get at by looking at the network requests, because you should be able to see more information. You can see the parameters, you can see the body, you can see the timing, you can see the cookies. So if you click on the bad request, oh man, when is the Edge team going to catch up to Chrome? So you can see the response headers as well. So if you scroll down, you can expand the response headers. That's the request header. Yeah.
And then what?
I just want to see what it's saying. It says content length 15. So you're running on 8,000. So is that why I need cross-host, cross-origin stuff?
It's not that. It's not that. We can log in with you. We can't log in with me. Racist program. All right, so
I made that joke earlier. You ignored it. So let the data equal the. I don't really understand what this bind thing does. It must be an ASP.NET thing. Okay, so we're gonna
Why can't I
bind.
put breakpoint? Okay, there we go. So, Scott.
You remember like the screen refresh is a little bit slower for me, so if you move quickly, it's hard for me to follow what's going on.
Oh, you got to keep up.
Have you seen the internet speeds we get here in Australia? In fact,
No.
the major telco actually had to refund something like 4,000 customers because it couldn't deliver the broadband network speeds it promised for the fiber optic network.
Wow. You guys are down there with like Cuba. Cuba doesn't really have
A little
internet.
bit better than Cuba.
All right, so it's not finding it. Anyway, I just want to log in as you real fast. I hate this trackpad. Whoever made this trackpad needs to burn the hell. All right, come here. So
Trackpads are hard. Have you like tried to like program a touch interface?
I don't specialize in trackpads, so whoever does, it should work.
They probably don't either. That's probably the problem.
Freaking Dell.
Dell. That's why you need to like buy like the Lenovo's. They're hideous, but they work really, really well. So the Lenovo, I think, is owned by Dell.
Oh, why am I putting Mike? You're Mitch. Who is Mitch?
Who's Mike? You been cheating on me again?
Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. You know that song?
No, I'm very uncultured.
Yo, you need to come to Miami, man.
Well, yeah, I'm going in Japan for like 2 weeks in February, so it might be a while before I get let out again.
All right, so I'm starting to give. Okay, do I create another profile? Fine, I'll create another profile. Okay, I really want to test this subscription stuff.
What you could do is copy the password, hash, and salts from mine into yours. Oh wait, no, the salt may be based upon your email address. You can, yeah.
We're gonna create Mike, okay, and Mike Jones, who is Mike? Oh shoot! You know what? I need to plug my laptop in, or else it's gonna be bad news for all of us.
I don't know why you don't have your laptop always plugged in. Like, I'm so paranoid about battery.
All right, it's plugged in. So, who is Mike Jones?
Okay. Hi, Cookie.
And
I can hear Cookie.
Yeah. Why didn't it save?
I don't know. You wrote it.
Freaking trackpad. I think it's my trackpad, man. All right. So we go to Medium, and we type in Mike, right? Here's Mike. Yeah. What's up, Mike? And so now we created Mike. Mike is going to subscribe to you, okay? He's going to follow you. And that zero
You have a bug where it doesn't increment that number?
Yeah, zero subscribe. That should get updated. So now he subscribed to you, okay? And if we go here, and I have to reboot.
Reboot.
Freaking Nikeza server. And that's going to take a couple seconds. Oh, no. Hey, Mike. All right, so
Hi, Mike.
we'll log in as Mitch, abc.com, and 123, and then we'll, yeah, this followers thing. All right, this used to work. It- yeah, all right, so this used to work. I think your code broke it. Members. Let's look at your. I'll still accept it, but let's just quickly. 'Cause I'm starting to get tired now.
Gee, thanks. Hi, it's like what 9 a.m. there, right?
Dude, you don't know what time I wake up every day. So let's
5 a.m.
around 4:30. But yeah, uh,
It's the time I get up. Not having naps at like 9 a.m.
subscribe and I'll figure it out later. Okay, I accept your pull request. Congratulations, I'm accepting. And oh, hold up.
You're on my project. You want to click on the forks?
Oh, I'm like, okay.
Actually, no. I forked from Pablo's because I think I couldn't find yours originally.
Pablo Noriega, the real Noriega. He owed me 100 favors. You like that
He's
song?
doing reacts now, from what I hear.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's not F sharp. It's not L, but you know, you gotta start somewhere. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All right.
Get
And
notifications about you merging my stuff.
oh, that's on your phone
Nice.
or your desktop.
Fine.
So the next thing is this is this is your stuff. Yeah, this is from this downloads folder. So now there should be like two different Nikeza servers that show. God damn it, Scott! There should be. This trackpad sucks. Hold up.
I don't know. You're running Visual Studio. Your UI thread on Windows is probably being thrashed.
Man, Mike, why can't I right click? So
Oh.
let's get rid of this. Remove from list. All right, this is the true Nikeza.
Because it ain't like any other Nikeza.
Nikeza, it's my baby mama. Yeah. All right. So and so I accept it, and so I should just be able to just get latest. Like, oh, it says I have pending on here. Um,
What are your pending changes?
no, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Have a
Set,
look.
settings. So it already pulled in your. It already merged your changes.
Did it?
I did the disconnect on your solution when
I don't
I
know what that
when
means.
I made the modification from isolation to disconnected. Anyway, updated settings to disconnected instead of isolation. Oh, Sky, you're so smart. So, la la la, pull. And then build. It's raining all day today, man. Well, I guess it's not all day because it's only like 10 in the morning.
That's not all day.
I'm building right now.
It's meant to be raining tomorrow. Ugh, I can't. I don't know if I can be bothered going into the city tomorrow night.
Push. All right, it's pushed. So
It's meant to be raining for like the next week. Thank God I don't have to leave the house until like next Friday. No, Tuesday. Damn it.
oh, Mitch, we built an app that used only functional programming languages. They said it couldn't be done. They said it was not applicable. We proved them wrong from the streets.
Yeah, but one of the things about functional programming languages is meant to not have any bugs.
Yo, why are you hating on me?
Because
All apps have bugs in them, regardless of
I'm tough.
they get
I'm gonna
exposed.
be tough on you, Scott.
So I'll have all the bugs that I opened up tickets for today resolved within the next 2 weeks. And that's giving myself a lot of padding or a lot of room. I think we added like 3 or 4 new tickets.
Something like that.
And yeah, Nikeza looks kind of different compared to a month ago. I'm still not a UX designer, man. I can't help that part.
That's what you steal from Bootstrap. Like that's the whole point of Bootstrap.
Oh, you do it.
Yeah, I probably have to like start from the beginning and just copy paste code in as it made sense.
I was talking to Mike Feathers like 3 weeks ago, and it's before I added these UI updates.
Well, I have to Google who Mac Feathers is.
He's working with Legacy Code Author, and I was showing him. I was like, "Yo, this is what I'm building in Elm and F Sharp." And he looked at it and he was like, "Oh, you may want to get a UX designer." I'm just saying. I'm like, and he just looked at me. I'm like, and he's like, "Just saying."
Well,
I'm like, "Thanks for your feedback. I I I don't have money to get a UX designer." Like he said, "Well, I'm just saying." I'm like, okay.
let's see, Mike Feathers. Like, I don't know. I'm terrible. Like, I was at like the NDC Sydney. I was talking to what's the guy who wrote like Nmap? No, Automapper.
I heard them on a podcast before. I was at a shop that used their library. I'm not really a fan of it. I mean, I'm sure they're solving an awesome problem. It's just I don't I don't see its usefulness.
Jimmy Bogart. I was talking to like Jimmy Bogart and Heather. I can't remember what's her last name. Yeah, it's just like just talking to like Jimmy Bogart, and it's just like, oh, he wrote Nmap, and I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, why does everyone have that reaction? I'm like, what?
Do you use it?
No, I used it once, and like the documentation was like non-existent. He was like, yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, a shop that I was at, they were using it, and
it's amazing once you get it working, but like
once you get it working, it looks cryptic for someone that looks at it for the first time.
Well, I shouldn't put it like that because I was using like MVC. It was like 3 or 4 at the time. I can't remember. And like the way you have to like configure it is a bit of a pain in the ass. Like I don't know. It's really weird because like .NET is like seems to be super obsessed with like reflection. Like you start up a program and like, you got all these plugins, and the way all the plugins work is by scanning the assembly and then doing code generation at boot time. And it's the ugliest way of doing things. And like I don't know how these libraries are just gonna have to change because like once they bring in like the dead code elimination. It's like, how the hell do you like have those libraries? You're just going to have to like migrate them over to using Roslyn instead and doing compile time code generation.
Well,
anyway, that's a topic for another day.
Man up.
Yeah. Like, it's just the magic in .NET sometimes is a bit much for me.
I got a question for you. So I think we're done talking. I think we're done talking about Nikeza. I appreciate.
Yeah, I think we yes.
We've talked about transgenders. We've talked about. Is there anything else off the wall we talked about? Well, you told me about this network thingy. I didn't know about this network. And develop in F12. What do you call this? Web tools? What do you call this thing when you hit F12?
Developer tools, usually. That's what Chrome calls it.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with this. I was always going to this. Is it debugger? No. No, that's not it. I was always going to the console tab. So. Oh, I was going to say. So let me. Come here. Now, I want to pull up.
I gotta look up how to use
freaking trackpad, man. Trackpad sucks. I think my trackpad is broke. Okay, here. So here's my question. In Elm, Elm is pretty cool, all right? Because when I have an expression in which I don't have to do the ceremony of a backslash and then the name of the item that's in the list of items that my expression is based on, and then arrow, and then whatever expression I want to execute after that. I could just let me show you an example. I'm gonna show you an example real fast. So I like this even better. You see this topics from links? Now you see,
yeah,
we have a link, and
you have a lambda, yeah.
We map it to topics. This topic has a property called name, right? And so we say sort by, and I don't need this right here. We say sort by.
Yeah, it
and
infers the type, so you can just do the property.name.
F# I don't think does that, or does it?
No, you'd have to create the lambda. So you'd have to do the backslash x arrow, and then x dot something or other.
Yeah. Are they going
to change that? If you're using Swift, Swift will do that as well.
Swift isn't functional.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? I mean, I'm speaking from ignorance because I never messed around with it.
As soon as you're speaking from ignorance, the answer is it's probably true, whatever the thing is that you're saying that is not.
So, are Swift developers functional programmers?
I'd say so.
Really?
Yeah, Swift is quite functional. And so, like, Swift is really good because like you can annotate your lambdas to say that they're non-escaping, which is something I quite like. I would prefer that lambdas. Actually, no, yeah, but anyway, sorry, off topic. So you can annotate the lambda and say that you don't want it to be escaping. So what that means is lambdas in most runtimes tend to be classes. So if the lambda needs to escape, it then has to have a reference to the class that's enclosing it. Which means that if your lambda is long-lived, but your class that was referencing it is destroyed, you should lose all the references to the lambda. So the lambda should get garbage collected. Okay. But if it's an escaping lambda and it gets scheduled onto another thread, then the thread has a static reference to the lambda, which then refers back to the parent. So memory leak.
Oh man, you done broke my code, man. Hold up.
I'm not the one changing things to be .name everywhere.
Crap. Oh, you just broke it. It just broke. Freak. What's this right here? This is in test API.
Cannot find variable. Yeah, because you want dot name, not t dot name.
Oh, good stuff. You're so smart. Yeah. What else can we what other property do I have? I got is feature that I could probably shorten. So yeah, why don't you convert all this to Bootstrap?
Yeah, I tried that. I
Happen.
spent an entire afternoon trying to do that. I can't work out what the hell you've done with the navigation.
Neither do I.
See,
It's
this is what I was saying. But like, if
you
you
just
start
rewrote it.
again with a Bootstrap template, then you can just copy the code in that you know that works.
You should do that. I say you should do that.
I thought you wanted me to do the RSS feed.
No, I already did that. I did that this morning. You
Oh,
want to see the code
thanks.
for it? Well, you didn't
Sure.
respond, and you just had a
I
kid. So I'm
did
like,
respond.
I
I
assume that.
responded with I now have a child. Do it yourself.
Exactly. So hold up. How you doing?
Oh dear.
Oh,
Not
I'm
that
in
they do.
Elm.
Not,
I'm not
not
in.
that they do much the first few months. They kind of just like eat, sleep, drink, repeat.
Where's It's not really iTunes though. I need to rename this to just RSS. But this is the code right here that should work. Basically, where we at?
Format document.
I can't read my code. Oh, yeah. So I use this namespace up here. Hold up. Stupid
Yeah,
trackpad.
the XML element.
XML.link.
Yeah.
XML.link. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
That's not what the example thing you said to you said. Why do you always
Yeah,
put like the
because
arrow function so right adjusted?
what are you talking about?
So like you got the let response equals client dot get async. So it's
Yeah.
very shifted towards the right. But what I would probably do is yeah, it's probably enough that you could probably do it like that. But I tend to verticalize things quite a bit because I tend to like reading code up and down. So put a new line before the word client, and then a new line before each pipe. No, like a new response equals new line client dot get async URL.
Response equals what? Why do you do that? You talking about that?
Yeah, and then the indent, and then put the pipes on new lines as well.
You just took one line. You're creating 4 lines out of it.
Yeah, do it, and then we'll discuss it.
So you said indent like this, and then you said do this.
Yeah, and then do it again for the next one.
And why would I do that?
The reason to have it like this, at least in my mind, is that it's easier to scan. And by scan, I mean kind of as you're scrolling through the code, be able to see what something is. And if you have like a multi-step transformation, you can kind of see those fairly easily.
Okay.
Like over here, we have the async run synchronously.
Is that okay?
That's probably fine as a one-liner thing, which I guess kind of defeats what thing I was saying over here.
So what about this? What happens when you have a combination of oop and functional? Like how would you do this? Is it okay the way it is? Uh-oh.
Why do you have let text? Why don't you just pipe text into the elements parser? Oh, because it's a C# function.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that should be fine because you should be able to do open XML element. That should work, right?
Open XML element.
Yeah, you can do that, can't you? Or is it?
I don't know.
Yeah. So
Who
above
messes with
we
XML?
well,
That's so like
if we're using VB,
2001.
we have much better XML libraries. You know, for some reason they haven't ported the awesome XML libraries from VB to C# or F# or any of them.
Yeah, whatchamacallit off of .NET Rocks, he speaks highly of Visual Basic and XML support.
Yeah, that's where I know it from as well.
Well, hold up. Oh, shucks. But I already know the answer to it because we're on .NET Core. I was going to say that, well, isn't there an
Type
XML?
providers.
Yeah, XML type provider.
Yeah, so
.NET Core is probably not
I
supported.
did see a post about that. Apparently, like one of the problems with .NET Core in type providers is the fact that you're doing code generation. So the type provider has to know what platform you're on, basically, so it generates the right code for the right platform. Yeah, and what configuration you're running, because remember that .NET Core can do ahead of time compilation to any platform, or it can compile directly to an IL binary.
Okay. Well, since you're still on
But
here,
those async run synchronously stuff, you should be able to abstract that into a function. Get back.
you're talking about take this right here and make it the function.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I did this before. Maybe it was on a different project. So
just before response do, let's await task synchronously equals X, and then just run X through the async await. You know, you don't have to do it all the way up there.
well, I have this everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but just satisfy my curiosity as to whether this will work.
Okay.
Because there may be like a reason why you can't do it. I don't see why you couldn't. Need a parameter. So just task or X. Yeah, and then just client.get async URL pipe execute async. Yeah.
I'm building right now. Okay, so now what should I call that? I don't think I have a utilities file, and people say, "Oh, utilities is a code smell. It's a bad name." Like, I'll just call it.
Utilities is only a code smell once you get beyond 400 lines. And there's not so much as a code smell as just a refactor target.
Oh, okay. We're being politically correct right now.
No, I mean, like, the fact is that utilities class is actually, it's helpful. It's legacy code in that it's helpful, and it will probably be around for the entirety of the epoch.
How you spell asynctify?
I'll just write.
That's a sweet name, ain't it? Asynctify.fs.
Just do async.ext. So async extended.
What's .fs though? What are you talking about?
No, like async.ext.fs.
I don't know. I like Asynctify.
Or just
I like
whatever.
Asynctify. I'm
I'm
going to
sort of
create an extension called Asynctify, and it's going to have 1 million downloads. And it's going to be beyond 400 lines. All right, so
well, not that many people probably do it that way. So are you actually using the async F sharp or the async C sharp?
F sharp.
Okay, why aren't you using the computational expression? Why are you using the functions?
Because I'm dealing with object oriented. I'm interrupting with object oriented
Yeah, so
code.
okay, so you're not actually using the F sharp async, you're using the C sharp task API.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, threading.task, that's a different it's a different thread pool.
Yeah.
I remember when async came out, it was so damn confusing as to like, is it multi-threaded, is it not multi-threaded, and oh god,
So
such agony.
apparently async. My understanding of async is it doesn't guarantee a multi-threadness, if that's a word. It just means that
Parallelism.
it doesn't mean that.
No, it doesn't guarantee parallelism.
Okay.
That would
Yeah.
be multi-threadedness.
Yeah. All right. So now I need to open Asynctify. Oh, I love that name. Good job, Mitch. I'm not positive that's the way you spell it though, but
Well, you can install C spell in VS Code.
C spell.
It's check spelling is an extension. I believe C spell was like the name of like a Unix utility for doing it.
Mm, well, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you
One
can
is
also
Asynctify is not a
press.
word. Um, but yeah, it's I won't use it.
Oh
That should compile.
dear.
What are you yawning for?
It's fucking 2 a in the morning.
And up.
Elm up.
Am I supposed to indent this let? No, it's not complaining. All right, so I can go throughout my code and
Don't you have
asynctify
to?
it.
Don't you have to indent it?
Maybe I should call this execute async to asynctify. You like that?
Call call run tasks synchronously.
Really?
Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're running a task synchronously.
Oh, I'll just say run synchronously then. Oh, because it's going to conflict.
No, that won't conflict because that's async. That's the got the name run
If,
synchronous. It'll only conflict.
if I say run task, doesn't that infer that it's going to run it synchronously?
Yeah. So it takes a task of A to A. Or you could call it to result because it takes a task to a result. So you could call it task to result because we've been functional. Oh no, wait, no. Yeah, the module name doesn't make sense in that respect. Though I suppose when you open it, then you just have the function names, don't you? Yeah, just to result would be fine. Because you're taking a task of A to the result.
Where's my I know this is everywhere, but I thought, okay. I thought, what did we, oh, this right here.
But instead of doing the pipe, I'd probably just do two results, get client async URL.
Oh, I like the pipe. Why wouldn't you like this?
No, because I mean, like when reading the sentence, it reads better because two results of. Though I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, I think it should be get result.
No, you're taking it to the results because
Okay.
you're converting it because you're converting it from a type. You're changing the type. Get. That's.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Get makes sense, but it's a bit Java-y. Two is a bit more .NET.
Well, okay.
These things seem silly, but they make it. It generally
Idiomatic.
pays. It pays to be idiomatic within your ecosystem, especially for something that is public. I tend to be fairly non-idiomatic in like internal projects or at work, to the point of where I think I annoyed one of my colleagues once because I was like, "Do it this way." He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I like it." He's like, "No, that's not an excuse. Follow the normal convention." I'm like, "Fine."
Okay. So I'll quickly go through the major platforms, which
How
are
can you
like,
be writing F# as if it were Elm? You've got some very column alignment stuff going on here.
that's because I have OCD. What
I
is
don't believe you have OCD.
you don't make sure that your stuff is column aligned?
I like column alignment, but eh. I also like the equals to be aligned to the right term, not the left, because then the equals is uneven.
Well, you're doing things wrong, my friend.
You also spelled asynchrify wrong.
I asked you that repeatedly 15 minutes ago.
Well, it's probably not a word, so the definition of wrong is inherently ambiguous.
Well, how would you spell a sanctify?
That's fine. Though asynchrify is kind of close to sphincter.
Kind of close to sphinxter. What?
Sphincter.
It said sphinxter.
So it's sphinct. Yeah, you've ruined me. The sphincter. Yeah, sphincter. It's the
I
it's
don't
a
speak
muscle.
Aborigine.
Damn it, Scott.
What? You saying you're using words I don't understand.
A sphincter is a muscle that
I know what it is.
yeah, it contracts in a circular manner. You've got several of them in your body.
I have
One
just
with most
one.
people. No, you have several.
My
I
mouth.
believe you have one. I think you have two in your esophagus. I think that's the thing that allows you to not drown while you're breathing and to swallow food instead of inhaling it.
Oh, you're talking about gag reflex.
No, I mean like the fact that your windpipe will close when you swallow, whereas your windpipe will open when you inhale. I think that's controlled by a sphincter. No, that doesn't make any sense. God, I've been thinking about that all day. Like, where is the other place that a sphincter is in your body? God damn it, I have to look this up.
I only have one sphinxter. Can't say the word sphincter. Yeah. So we talked about trainees. We talked about F#. We talked about sphincters. So that's Stack Overflow. Where's YouTube at? Come here, YouTube. Yeah, and after this, we call it quits. I really appreciate you helping me out. You're awesome.
I can't spell sphincter. I'm trying to look it up and I'm failing miserably.
Really?
It's Latin. Is Latin or Greek? I can never remember the difference. I know the reason why
Same thing.
octopi, the plural of octopus is octopus. Or is it the plural of octopus is octopi? And the singular is octopi as well? It's got to do with whether it's a Greek name or a Latin name. I think if
Well,
it's a Greek name, you have S's in the end, where if it's a Latin name, it's just the group is the same as the singular.
I think we just did all that work for nothing. There's a sync.await task.
Someone's already done it.
Yeah, it's built in already.
No. Oh, wait. No, you see what you're doing? See how you have the let bang?
Await task. That's it.
No. You have let
Bang. Yeah.
exclamation mark.
Yeah.
That's, I believe, in an async. So you're
Okay. So
inside an async context here. So you're inside a computational expression. So the
okay.
computational expression is waiting for the state machine of the async task to call the complete callback, and then marshalling the result over to the F# state machine.
Okay.
So if you make the get tags async, you can, instead of using the run synchronous, which will block, you can make it a asynchronous function.
I can't believe. That's because it's all on one line. So if we go here, and we go to this right here. Why is it showing me this? Why can't it show me the?
Show you what? It's showing you the delta. The thing on the left is
I
the thing
don't.
that it was before, and the thing on the right is what it is now.
I don't want to see the delta. I just want to fix it right here.
Change the one on the right.
I basically have to do this.
Mm-hmm. Delete the extra pipe.
It's not letting me because it's in this stupid preview mode. So I got to go to HTTP file.
No, there's a way to do it without it being in preview mode. Like you can take it out of preview mode.
No, I don't have patience.
You need to open the sphincter. Oh, and asyncify. The opening the sphincter will just make you relax.
Open both of them.
Yeah.
I told you when I had that issue with
Yeah, I remember. You don't need to bring that up again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they have pills for that.
I learned. Well, not oral pills.
Yeah, they do.
No, the most effective way is the other way.
Only when you got as stuck as you have, yeah.
I was, man. I thought I was going to need to get
Let's not go there. Yeah.
No, let's go there. I thought I was going to need surgery. Like
I
know what it feels like to give birth.
It's at this point we have Jessica Kerr come on the line. And she can talk to you about giving birth. Should we call her now? No, she'll probably be at work.
Hold on, what are we talking about? Call who?
Jessica Kerr.
Oh,
you
no,
can talk to her about giving birth. She's got it. I know she has kids. I don't know how many though.
Why is this complaining?
Because it's F#.
I'm building it right now. No, it builds, and I still get red squigglies. I guess it's a luxurious problem. Where's this other stuff at?
Well, you can always submit a pull request to the I9 project. Actually, you haven't updated your VS Code in a while.
Yeah, I have.
It's got the old logo.
I
Oh
don't
wait,
know.
no, that's Mac. They changed the logo.
Yeah, I update it every time I
Either
see a
your dog is
notification.
making a lot of noise in the kitchen, or someone else is in your house.
No, it's outside. The garbage people are taking dumpsters.
Ah,
They're taking dumps. They're sphincter. Um, I don't know. Where's WordPress at? WordPress. All right, I'm
WordPress, the
almost done.
bane of my existence. I tell you, the most useful, most annoying piece of software ever written.
You think so?
Not really. I'm just being
I know it just
aggressive
has.
for the sake of it.
I know it has to be sick trying to debug WordPress, like the actual WordPress core, because I see bugs in it. You know, when I'm writing blogs, and it's hard for me to get upset because I know that they. It's all like JavaScript, is it not? What's WordPress written in?
PHP.
Same thing. Yeah. So
No, one of them's a decent language, and the other one's a piece of garbage.
JavaScript is a decent language.
Yeah, it is these days. Like the JavaScript that you had when like we were kids is not the JavaScript that's around now. Like it's just it looks totally and utterly different. Like JavaScript has changed so much, even from the early days. Like the really early days was utter rubbish, like complete and utter rubbish. Though the web was kind of rubbish.
I didn't even check if I have any viewers on here. Don't care.
I don't know. It's probably like just like some white dude in the corner constantly just bitching. Yeah, you're not doing it right. White
No, I
dude
appreciate
yells
it
at
though.
so.
Yo, you're increasing my value. Everything that you point out that is flawed helps me make more money in an ideal world. Emphasis on ideal. Okay.
Yeah. Stop being a hobo.
Stop being a hobo. Huh? I thought hobos were people that catch trains.
Well, that would be true if you ever called a train in America a train. I've never been to an American city where the train doesn't have some weird, stupid name.
Well, there's trains, and then there's like subways, and then there's rapids. In Cleveland, the subway is called the Rapid Station, or it's called a rapid, and it's not like underground; it's above ground. Cleveland's special.
Yeah, but like it
I have
was in
all these
San
footnotes.
Francisco, the train is called the BART because that was
Oh,
the name of the project that they used to build it. I'm like, it's a train. Just call it a train. Don't call the name of the civics project used to get money for the thing.
yeah, the BART police, I think. Um, I killed the solution because I had all these red squigglies, but my stuff was still building, or my stuff was building. All right, so let's try to build you one more time.
Yeah, it's weird. Like VS Code has got way better F# support than Visual Studio. So
Doesn't it? Except I can't run this. I can't run VS Code as a server. Like, remember that
you can.
platforms web request I was doing on my server, and it kept on returning unknown. Like when I did it on Visual Studio, it worked.
That would be an issue with .NET Core.
You're a hater.
No, I'm serious, because when you run in Visual Studio, it's not running on .NET Core. When you run in Visual Studio, it's running on the .NET framework that comes with Windows. When you're running it from here, you're running it on .NET Core.
Let me run my test one last time, and then once everything passes, check it in, and I'm done.
Oh dear.
You'll never find someone like
How the
me.
hell does dandruff stick to my glasses? This is beyond me. Need to like find some kind of hydrophobic like glasses spray.
You need to find homophobic hydrospray. What?
Hydrophobic, not homophobic. Oh dear! Like It's a good thing we're not monetizing these videos. It'd be like censored so many times.
I didn't offend anybody because I haven't said anything disrespectful.
No, you don't have to say things disrespectful. You just got to say things which are controversial, and then Google demonetizes you because they're afraid that the advertising companies are going to boycott them again.
Well, I plan on going back on Twitter today and making bogus statements about you're a bad developer if, and see how many people unsubscribe to me or unsubscribe from me like they did last time.
Do you still do that thing where you like randomly interview people on like YouTube?
Yeah, I did it last week with Sean. All right, everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we talked for like 2 hours.
Oh dear.
You and I have been talking for 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. Like this is the peril of talking to you.
The added spinster.
Well, you could make it a spinster. That's another thing that's fun.
I don't even know what that is.
A spinster is an elderly woman who has no children.
An LA woman?
Elderly.
Oh, I thought you said an LA woman. I'm like, what does Los Angeles have to do with this? Okay.
$500 microphone. I still have problems communicating with people.
No, it's me. All right, so that's checked in.
It's that Miami connection. The crocodiles have been chewing on the power cables again. Not alligators.
They'll be extinct soon. All right.
Actually, I love it how like the Pacific Ocean undersea cables and potentially other ones have to be rated to survive shark attacks. Because the sharks that inhabit like the South Pacific Ocean have a tendency of attacking undersea cables.
Can they go that low?
Sharks, yeah. You gotta remember the undersea cables come follow the continental shelf. Like they're not that deep. They don't like go into like the Marianas Trench or anything.
You're using all these big words, man. I don't know. I don't understand that stuff.
The Marianas Trench is the deepest trench in the ocean, as far as we know.
That must be in the Pacific.
Yeah, it is. It's just south of Japan.
Pacific has all the mountains, right? The underwater mountains in the Pacific.
Well, the Pacific is the biggest ocean in like the world, right? So probably, is it?
Well, what's the definition of an ocean then?
The definition of an ocean is vague and unhelpful. Oh yeah, that tool is pretty cool. I was gonna say like if you use that, we can probably coordinate work a bit better.
You mean GitHub doesn't do it?
GitHub's good for like logging issues, but not collaborating on ideas.
Oh, you mean Google Hangout?
No, I mean like in terms of like sharing like notes, wikis, and tasks, like the thing says.
I can't keep track of all these tools, man. We need to standardize on just one thing.
This one. This one does everything.
What's the pricing looking like?
The pricing only matters if you want to like, get really professional with it. Like the free one you can use for like a fairly long time.
Thanks to you, I went from like 13 issues to 19.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
It is your fault.
Like, you were like, Elm doesn't have bugs. Elm has heaps of bugs. It just never crashes.
Okay. Let me go back to me. Stop sharing my desktop. And it's been real. Thank you so much. Let me see if anybody we don't have any viewers. I wonder if anybody said anything while we were talking. How would I know? There's nothing on live chat. Nope. All right. So it's been real. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your contribution. And you have to admit, though, it went from like, hey, let's build something to it's coming together. I think I'd need another 8 weeks, but I think it's there for the most part. And then you can maintain it, and I can move on to something else. So,
Maybe.
Thank you for your help, your insight, and I think I'm tired now, so I might take a break. And it's 3 in the morning over there.
It's 2:40, but I've been up quite a bit because the first week of life is always, feeding from like 2 to like 6 a.m. It's kind of hard to sleep when this is baby crying.
Well, hold up, but that's just breastfeeding, right?
Yeah, it still wakes you up.
Well, just sleep in another room and let your wife handle all that stuff.
Oh, you're such a caring partner, aren't you?
All right.
It's not like
I'm
they
out.
don't need like diaper change in the middle of the night. You get like poked in the ribs. Oh yeah, change it.
Oh, you just like, oh, I'll get to it in the morning. So, I mean, I have some experience. I have a dog. So,
Yeah, an animal that from basically the day it's born is almost self-sufficient. Just put food in bowl, dog is happy.
yeah, that's true.
Like babies
My
can't
dog,
even see.
they're born blind?
Not so much blind, but they can't focus.
Well, that's kids in general. But
I meant they can't focus the lenses in their eyes.
I
The
didn't know that.
because the muscles, I think it's the muscle doesn't start to develop until like after they're born, because they don't need to see in the womb, so there's no point wasting energy growing a muscle that you don't need yet. You might as well like spend more time building up fat, because babies will lose something like 7 to like 12% of their body mass the first week that they're alive.
So their muscles aren't yet.
They lose fat, not muscle. But like muscles, like in their eye and other places in their body, will kind of defer development until like after being born.
That raises an
I
interesting question.
think that's how it works. Well, why dedicate energy to building something that you don't need? Why that you can defer until later?
Hence my argument for why architects are worthless.
Weren't you an architect before?
Kind of, sort of. But I mean, I think I'm a sound architect when it comes to being pragmatic versus trying to build my resume. With humility, I really do think that when I have some of those responsibilities, I do a better job of just exactly what you said, deferring until I'm absolutely confronted with having to make a decision and trying to keep software as soft as possible without hardening it with premature decisions. So,
Yeah, probably.
yeah. All right, my friend. It's been real. I still have this nagging anxiety like chipping at me about, well, Scott, when are you going to start writing your blog posts for the F Sharp Advent calendar? And I'm like, yeah, I need to
Did
have a daily
you
system.
volunteer for that?
I did. I did. So I'll maybe next week I'll set up a schedule where half an hour a day I dedicate to writing. So that's it. Yeah, you gotta let me get off, man. I'm tired now. That doesn't sound right. Let's disconnect. How about that?
Yeah, let's not live stream you getting off.
Yeah, I don't think that's healthy. Well, yeah. Okay. So...
No one needs to. There are other websites for that.
All right, Mitch, it's been real. Thank you so much. And when I stop this broadcast, I'm actually terminating the call too. So thanks.
So sad.
I'm going to listen to this later on. I'm sure it'll be very entertaining. So.
Well, I was going to ask you some things afterwards, but yeah.
Oh, okay. What's up? What's up?
Well, you have to end the broadcast first.
Oh, this needs to be offline. All right. I'm ending the broadcast right now. 3, 2, 1.